So in last Sunday's gospel, we had a tremendous encouragement for a sense of gratitude. And after Mass, someone came up to me. He said, "I have your homily in 4 words: know the blessing, live the gratitude." And I thought that was a nice, simple way of kind of summing things up. Know the blessing, live the gratitude. Now, that was from Luke last week. This week, Luke gives us a model of an encouragement of how to live that gratitude through prayer. And the gospel talks about persistence, passion, and purpose. It's a pattern in our relationship with God, with the gracious mystery. So let's just reflect on each of them for a moment. First of all, persistence. Persistence means that we release the need for immediate results, but in faith know that God is in charge and will answer our prayer. Persistence means that we don't give up in season and out. It means we're in it for the long haul. We live in a generation that expects immediate outcomes. Now is not soon enough. And I was intended to bring my phone, and we're connected with the universe, the whole planet Earth, right through that phone in your pocket. I mean, it is amazing how quickly things have been moving. But the fact is that we need a long time to develop deep relationships. Trust takes a long time, the basis of all relationship. We need patience with our dreams. Anything worth doing is going to take time. It's slow growth is strong growth. And of course we have our wonderful example of Saint Monica, who prayed for her son for years and years and years, and finally, he was floundering around, and he finally changed his ways and became Saint of Augustine, as a great saint of the church, because of her patience. A more contemporary example for persistence, I think, is Nelson Mandela, who for 15 years was in prison. But he didn't give up. He came out and became the president of South Africa. That's persistence. In the first reading, Aaron and Hur kept Moses' hands raised all day for victory in the battle. St. Paul says be persistent when convenient and inconvenient. Keep a solid picture of your intent in prayer and refuse to let that intention disappear. We know that everything will happen in the right time, in the right place, with just the right people. If you'd like to repeat after me, my persistent prayer will be successful. My persistent prayer will be successful. So then we go to passion. The Spirit supercharges the love energy of prayer. I love the word enthusiasm. And of course, the etymology is entheos, God within. It is that power of love, the power of God within that creates enthusiasm, positive movements outwards. You know, Jesus was always running off to some mountain or going into the woods or going someplace by himself to pray, because it was really core to his ministry and work of his life. He even used to sometimes sweat when he was praying. It was so hard. The passion energy accomplishes the work of Jesus and the work of faith. See, this church here is a place for keeping dreams and enthusiasm alive. And I say in that sense today, the choir It's wonderful, Just, it really does undergird that enthusiasm and that hope and that love that we are about. See, the trick is that our lives follow our words. You want to know where you're going? Pay attention to your words. If it's gossip, it's put down, and negativity, that's the direction of your life. If it's blessing, positive encouragement, that is the direction your life is going to go. Negative words suck the passion out of life. And our words can be formed by, as St. Paul says, by teaching, refutation, correction, training, and righteousness. They will be filled with thunder, as the woman in the gospel was filled with thunder. So be bold. Don't die with your music in you. Find your passion and have the courage of your convictions. If you'd like to say after me, my passionate prayer will be answered. My passionate prayer will be answered. And thirdly, we have purpose. Purpose is most important, and it's not just any old purpose. There is a formula. It's a very good one. Thought and emotion together equals demonstration. But the problem is that can be used for any old useless thing. That's why you have to have an organizing principle in your life, something of a really deep, consistent purpose. The gospel was clear that the woman's purpose was justice, which happens to also be God's purpose. That gives the power that even transforms the evil judge who represents the oppressive system. Our prayers will be most effective when they are aligned with God and with Jesus' words. The purpose gives direction to our soul. See, our temptation is to go through life being reactive. I knew a bishop, a really good guy, but his way of organizing his life was figure out every day what the 5 most important problems were, with the worst being first, and he would solve those 5 problems, which is good. You got to deal with problems. But it's reactive, and we need to get on a more positive goal for our lives, not just being reactive. Your choice is your purpose, and your purpose, when formed by faith, will be God's purpose and give direction to a wise mind. That's what we're looking for, wisdom, a wise purpose. So if you are in the middle of the week and you don't know what to do, read the Sunday readings, or one or the other of them, and you never can tell. God may open up something, some insight, some way for you to connect with, to support you in your journey of life. Our purpose ultimately will only be found in service of God's people, being connected to something greater than my little ego or my body or my mind. If you'd like to say after me, my purposeful prayer will be effective. My purposeful prayer will be effective. So I believe that Jesus was not just a brilliant way shower and a spiritual teacher. I think he was a good psychologist. And I think that his teaching it underpins a healthy psychology of life. And this is something we as a parish are taking very seriously. Today they're talking about a meeting that they're going to be having on psychology and on mental health for us and for our community to understand and underscore that. He understood that a combination of thought and feeling will really change things. But he went one step further, and he connected all of that with God's purpose, which is justice. So, know the blessing, live the gratitude, live persistence, passion, and purpose.